I just want to express it in a positive way. You know, I mean, I want to turn everything painful into art.
That's Space Force.
That's the Space Force, yeah.
That's the beginning of Space Force. That's right.
You got to speak, man. You can't, this is not a time to clam up, you know, and not a time to get frightened. You know, you have to do what you have to do. This is dire.
Not working.
Oh, they got you coming and going, man. You know what I mean?
I think Melania blinks twice every time she needs rescue, joked Kimmel, while Carrey demonstrated the robotic wave that's become her signature move. Trump's reaction? Total nuclear meltdown. We've seen Trump angry before, but this time he went completely bananas over jokes about his marriage, which makes us wonder, why is he so sensitive about this particular topic? The answer might explain a lot about what's really going on in the Trump household. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video. When two comedy giants decide to team up on a political target, you know someone's ego is about to get bruised. But when Jim Carrey and Jimmy Kimmel joined forces to roast Donald Trump's marriage, they didn't just bruise his ego, they put it through a wood chipper. The comedy heavyweights delivered what can only be described as a masterclass in how to hit Trump where it hurts most, his relationship with Melania. We all know Trump can't handle criticism about his hair, his tiny hands, or his spray tan, but nothing sends him into a full-blown meltdown quite like jokes about his marriage. Kimmel started the roast with surgical precision, suggesting that Trump instructs Melania on her wardrobe in the creepiest way possible. He told her he thought it would be super hot if she dressed like a goth Al Capone. Kimmel joked, getting right to the heart of Trump's controlling nature. The audience howled because they recognized the truth.
It's hard to understand what's going on. I mean, I really, you know, one minute you feel like, oh my gosh, this is going to be, now the landslide's going to start. And then there'll be some other weaselly little, you know, sidestep they do, or we're separate. That we're not the same country, that there's two countries. There's not two countries.
I get home. Yeah. Phones, I'll be asleep before my head hits the limo seat.
Can I make you more comfortable? Maybe you'd like to lay your head on this phone.
It has to do with, it's become obvious that the choice was a bad one. We just need to change it. And if you can't vote for a Democrat, at least let all this flood of information that's so negative.
Trump treats his wife more like a mannequin than a partner. But Kimmel was just warming up. The real comedic destruction came when Jim Carrey unleashed his physical comedy genius. Carrey didn't just tell jokes about Trump and Melania, he became them, standing with his legs awkwardly splayed in what he called Trump's diaper-like stance. Carrey had the audience in stitches. His impression of Melania's stiff, robotic movements was so spot on it was almost uncomfortable to watch. Classic Carrey, making us laugh while making us squirm. The duo then set their sights on the biggest contradiction in the Trump household, Melania's Be Best campaign. I mean, can you imagine anything more ironic than an anti-bullying initiative led by the wife of America's bully-in-chief? Kimmel tore into this absurdity like a hungry wolf. Here's Melania preaching kindness, while married to a man who spends his mornings rage-tweeting insults at anyone who dares criticize him. The comedy wrote itself, and Kimmel feasted on it. Remember those creepy blood-red Christmas decorations that made the White House look like the set of The Shining? Kimmel sure did. He joked that they looked like they belonged in a horror movie, pointing out how perfectly they captured the Trump marriage. All shiny and expensive on the outside, deeply unsettling when you look closer. Those trees weren't just holiday decorations, they were a cry for help.
You can make a bad decision about a candidate. It's not who you are. It doesn't mean you're dumb. It doesn't mean you're different. It doesn't mean, you know, the trouble with what's happening right now is these...
Trump is toast.
I can break bread with anybody in this country. I love people in this country. I love the heartland of this country. It has nothing to do with that.
That character's called Good Morning Hitler.
This is a bad angle for me. It's just a bad angle for me.
No, you look good. Yeah.
Stay away from this angle right here.
We can swap
got a
if you need.
giant screen there with the worst angle I've ever seen in my life.
But perhaps the most devastating comedy material came from Melania's own body language. The comedians had a field day with the viral clips of Melania swatting away Trump's hand during public appearances. These weren't just jokes, they were replays of real moments when the First Lady couldn't even pretend to want her husband's touch. Carrey and Kimmel didn't need to exaggerate much, the awkwardness was already there for all to see.
You react to the pipe bombs. Are you afraid personally ever?
Apparently, I was threatened on Twitter, so I don't know. I didn't see the thing. I heard there was, some severed goat head, and I'll see you soon, kind of thing.
And so you just kind of digest the news of the day.
It's an affirmation.
I'm glad some good is coming out of this stuff. This is Robert Mueller.
Robert Mueller putting the squeeze on the president.
That is remarkable, I have to say.
Incredible transformation.
It is an incredible transformation. Who was the teacher
Watch
you drew?
this.
Oh, yeah, all right.
What made this comedy assault so effective wasn't just the laughs it generated, it was how it stripped away the gold-plated facade Trump tries so hard to maintain. The jokes exposed the painful truth that all of Trump's wealth and power can't buy what he seems to want most, a wife who actually enjoys his company. No wonder Trump went absolutely ballistic in response. For all his boasting about being a winner, Trump's marriage looks like the ultimate loss, and that's what makes it his most sensitive spot. Every uncomfortable interaction between him and Melania reinforces what Carrey and Kimmel so brilliantly highlighted, that the emperor not only has no clothes, but also has no genuine connection with his empress. The comedians understood something fundamental about Trump's psyche, his desperate need to be seen as desirable and loved. By targeting his marriage, they weren't just making fun of Trump, they were dismantling the entire image he spent decades trying to create, that of a powerful man who gets whatever and whoever he wants.
Makes me feel good.
When you were a kid, would you draw caricatures of your friends, etc.?
I did. I drew pictures of my teacher.
Oh, really?
And I don't
How'd
have
that
any of
go
those
over?
with me. She actually stole. Wow, look at this! I can do anything with it. This administration is a rabid dog, and it's turning us upside down. And all as far as I'm concerned, it's as obvious as the nose on your face. These really negative forces like the Steve Bannons of the world are convincing us that axes in her head and things like that. Yeah. It's like I hadn't learned how to be correct yet. Yeah, she took them all.
Oh, she confiscated them.
Trump's meltdown over these marriage jokes isn't just another tantrum, it's a window into his deepest insecurity. What really gets under his orange skin is the truth. His relationship with Melania has all the warmth of a business contract signed in the Arctic. Experts point out that his fragile ego simply can't handle jokes that hit too close to home, especially when they expose what everyone already sees, a partnership built on anything but genuine affection. When Donnie loses his mind over comedians, he's not protecting his reputation. He's desperately trying to sell the fairy tale that his third trophy wife actually enjoys his company. The robotic way Melania interacts with him in public tells the real story. That's why comedy about his marriage cuts so deep. Trump can't laugh it off because somewhere in that cotton candy hairdo of his, he knows the jokes aren't really jokes at all. They're just the uncomfortable truth with a punchline.